Hello everybody, coming at you with all my might. It is Smite. How you guys doing today? We are going to replace the gas tank on the bike now. So here's what we're doing.
Side covers come off. That side, this side.
Side I melted.
And then 12mm. Pop these two off. Other side. Seat comes off. Now what I like to do is take these and just put them right back in here just a little bit. That way you don't lose them. You just remember they're in there when you go to put the seat on, because you got to take them back out. All right. 10mm. I'll have to break it with the little one first, I guess. Okay. Then what you gotta do is over here, make sure that your tank, is on the on and not the prime. If you have it on the prime, it's gonna come out all over. This is the vacuum line. The new one doesn't use the vacuum line, so I'll show you what we're gonna do with that. But pull that off, just let it hang there. This, slide it back, and then usually what you have to do is, these are on there pretty good. I usually just take a little screwdriver and work. Just let's see how it slid right off. You're just helping it a little bit. Boom, that's off. Then grab onto the tank. And the tank's off. And then this plastic shroud right here has to come off. Oops, wrong one, that's why. Of course, you always got to drop sockets and stuff. This side comes off. That plastic piece comes off. Set it over there. Put these right there for the time being. Alright. Have the new tank. But before you set the new one on, the vacuum hose that you pulled off runs right to there. So you need to pull that off. And then in your kit, they give you one of these little things. So you're just going to take that and slide it right on top of there. Because the new petcock is a manual petcock, not a vacuum. Just push it down on there. Good as you can get it on. I mean, it's not going to go anywhere. It's almost all the way down now, so. Okay, so that part's done. On the tank, there's the indents. Make sure that your rubber grommets, see like that, stay on. Well, that one's a little loose, but not going to hurt anything. As long as it stays on once I get the tank on. So, I have to direct it. Alright. So now you got the tank on. These are the ones it comes with. Make sure you have the round part facing down with the washer on top. What you got to do is just press down on it a little bit. Once you get these all tightened down, I mean, you're not going to torque them down. There's no need for it. And I'll show you. That's why I use the drill, because the drill doesn't do it to the point you're going to break anything. Actually, the drill's running out of juice, so.
Especially when doing when it's dead.
But that's all you need. See, it's crushing it just a little bit. That one's a little better than this one, but. And now, look at that. That tank ain't going nowhere. All right, so now we got to come over here and get our fuel line, and you can see now that the fuel line's way too big. So what we're going to do is we're going to cut it down so we just have enough. So we're going to snip it right about there. Take that, just like that. It runs uphill just a little bit, but there's going to be so much gas in there, it's going to force it out anyhow. So take that, and I just turn them in like that. Always make sure that these are off because they're not the vacuum. They are what they call a manual. So you have your on and you have reserve. That's it. So they recommend you shut these off because if you have this full, that head pressure is going to put pressure on the carburetor. So if you're not going to run it for about an hour, you need to shut that off. Okay, seat goes back on. Take your bolts out. And this part's a little tricky because of the tank being bigger now. You gotta kind of press in on it. And once you get it pressed in, like that. Put your bolts back in, that side, that side. Got your 12mm. Snug them up. Now, instead of putting them Phillips head screws back in, we got extra from the bus cover.
Yeah.
So, instead of putting them screws back in the sides that are Phillips head and strip out,
That goes to the bottom one, yeah. Yeah, mine popped out.
we're going to use the bolts instead because they're a lot nicer to work with. And this is where the drill really comes in handy because you don't want to over tighten these anyhow. That's all you need. It ain't going nowhere. People like to crank them, crank them down, and then they ended up busting the plastic or something, and they don't need to be that tight. I mean, you can snug them up, but you don't need to crank them down. Just like that. Okay, so the last step we have is we're going to take the hose for the top of the tank, and I already cut another piece off, so I already kind of know where it's going to be. It's probably going to be right around in there somewhere. You don't need all that. Take this, push it down on there. and then you got a hole right here. There you go. 4.9 IMS meets DR650. Like I said, it just pushes up a little bit. That's it. Was that about a 10-minute job?
Something like that.
Lots more riding out of it now. Got the blue one already on, got that one done, and got the yellow one.
Alright. So, thank you for watching and subscribe. Have a nice day and God bless. Obviously we need to dive into something, so you know.
Yeah, you can dive into the S on the
Dive
side.
into the S on the side, alright. Suzuki, dive.